What's up? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another video. This video, episode 5 of She-Hulk. Let's get into it. But the real question is, are you ready? So Pug hits up Nikki and says, yo, I need somebody to help me stand in line and try to get these new shoes, the new Iron Man 3s. Can you help me out? So Nikki was like, yeah, cool. Especially if you got this drip guy who hooks you up with all these particular type of clothing, you got to hook me up too. So he agrees to go ahead and have Nikki go with him so he can get the shoes. And at the same time, he's going to plug in Jen with this new drip guy so she could get some new clothing. And that's a big thing in this actual story, is about Jen's look and all of that, which Pug and Nikki go try to handle that business. On the other end, Jen is also going with Miss Books to go ahead and try to fight for her name. So Mallory Book actually decides to go ahead and take the case on as a personal favor for Jen in the case against Titania. This is where it gets interesting because she actually starts pointing out a lot of the Jen clothing. She made this comment, was like, please don't come in here looking like an NFL player trying to go ahead and try to get his case dismissed on a DUI. But if you notice in this particular story, there's a lot of emphasis on Jen's look. So one of Mallory Books' clients was actually Todd, one of the guys that She-Hulk went on a date with. Now, this is what's crazy on this one. She actually starts to get the bright idea, since they're suing over the She-Hulk name. Hey, remember all those dudes I went to these dates on? They can actually prove that I came as She-Hulk, not as Jennifer Walters. And they can prove that I was using the name She-Hulk. So she actually gets this idea to Mallory, and she brings all these guys into court to try to testify that she was using the name She-Hulk. And again, remember I said I was going to talk about the clothing and all of this? A lot of interesting things start happening. So, of course, each guy gets on the stand and talks about how She-Hulk and how they went on a date and all of this. But the last guy, the one guy who was the doctor, he really broke it down. Mallory asked him, would you actually go on a date with Jennifer Walters instead of She-Hulk? And he told her, no, she's not my type. It started boosting up She-Hulk while saying that Jen was not her type. And Jen felt some type of way. And this whole entire episode is Jen feeling some type of way about herself and the way that she dressed and the way that she carries herself. And again, that's important. That's very important. So the superhero fashion designer, Luke, decides, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hook Jen up with some clothes. So he starts in towards the end of the episode. He's hooking her up with clothes. We don't actually see the clothes, but all the promo shots and stuff like that for the actual show, we've probably seen the dress, and actually we've already seen the She-Hulk actual outfit, the one that's close to the one that's from the comics. We've already seen that. So Luke decides to hook her up, and then there's a little slight Easter egg, a little tease for Daredevil, because he hooked up Daredevil's outfit also. Titania tells Jen it's not over, so we know we're going to set up a big conflict with them later, hopefully, because we only have 4 episodes left, that they can actually get things done and get things moving with Titania. We still got a lot of unanswered questions, but there was one particular scene that I'm gonna go through before I just kind of give all my just my final thoughts, and that was the scene where Jen and Mallory was actually talking about all these guys, because Mallory was like, hey, that good looking guy, whatever, you deserve better than that. Don't listen to that good looking guy telling you what he feels, you know. And she actually takes that to heart, but there's a key to that. She still told her, what you gonna do with them clothes? And it was a funny part because Titania actually called Jen Shrek. I thought that was hilarious. I actually watched this like 3 times and I laugh at that scene every time. Alright, so my final thoughts on this episode. It was actually a pretty cool episode. This didn't have any like end tag scene or whatever that we seen in the first 4 episodes. There was a humongous Easter egg and my man Pug shoe collection of all kind of different shoes, like Deadpool shoes, Cyclops shoes. He did say he had the exclusive plug, and he wasn't joking, and a little sketch of all of his shoes. I think he had some Thing shoes. Man, it was actually pretty dope. But there was one particular scene, I didn't really take offense to it. I want people to understand kind of the other side of this. So Mallory and Jen, when they were actually talking about like going on dates, Jen actually mentions, was like, you know, this is everything that She-Hulk brings to the table, and you can have all these superpowers, and then guys with an internet connection, you know, thinking that you have that it's not better. See, what she needs to understand and what women need to understand is there's a two-way street on dating. And when you present yourself as a particular type of person, like she did as She-Hulk, you can't get mad when a guy was like, no, I want She-Hulk, because that's what you presented. You presented this and then say, well, here I am, take me as I am. That's not, no, nobody has to. You know, and I think that was a joke that she was trying to make. But again, Jen was having some self-doubt because Jen is a plain Jane chick. That's it. She literally does not put on, I'm not saying that you have to put on makeup or whatever, but you don't present yourself as someone that a lot of guys, especially that particular guy, the doctor guy, is going to go out with. Let's be real. He's not your type. And you're trying to, you know, make up your type because, oh, he went out with She-Hulk, so he has to accept me as Jen. No, he really doesn't, because again, what did you present yourself with? And he decided that's what I'd rather have. And he liked the confidence, and he liked this, and he liked that particular things. And Jen doesn't have that. And instead of dissing men, Jen needs to take a look in the mirror. Jen, baby, you are plain Jane basic. You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys, I mean, you could talk about the Tides, and you could talk about the guy who was a director, and you could talk about, you know, the David Otunga character or whatever. He's kind of beside himself. He ended up going with Titanium. He's going to buy her stuff, you know, but guys who looking to date someone like Jen, who literally looks like she's on the edge of being the cat lady, because she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't try to spruce herself up, make herself look presentable, even at work. And that was a big thing they emphasized. You're not even looking good at work. So why would a guy, you know, even though, yes, you could deserve better, but why would a guy want to date you when you're not even presenting yourself as somebody who actually is dateable? Just saying. But overall episode, it was cool, very short. You know what I mean? No in-tag scene, so it was cool. It was cool. But what did you guys think? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure to hit the bell notification to never miss one of my episodes. And again, if you guys like it, you didn't like it, put it in the comments section. Let's talk about it. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and bye-bye. I hit my elbow. God.
You're the wrong